Hello fans, I'm the PC Expert Amateur and we're going to take a look at something different today. It's the Carefree Fish Aquarium Cooling Fan. It has an ABS plastic shell, all copper core motor, fluid dynamic bearings, and it's a 9 watt, 110 to 120, 60 hertz input, 12 volts, 2 amps output, 3,600 RPMs, and it can be mounted on something that's up to or less than 13 millimeters in thickness. This is the box. And you're probably thinking, have you gone nuts? We don't need aquarium fans. No, you don't need aquarium fans. Aquariums are full of water, and most people don't want to put their computers into water unless they're doing an experiment. But you do need options, and this device offers options. You can get it with 1 fan, 2 fans, or 3 fans. I chose 3 fans. You know, the more the merrier. This is what it looks like. As you can see, you can mount it onto something. And not only that, but it has 2 power positions, and you power it here. So I have a problem. My boom for the mic is broken. Oh, actually the clamp bolt is stripped. But you can adjust these to whatever angle you need in 180 degrees or so. And you can attach this to something. And the nice thing then is that you've got a set of 3 fans, you know, that are focused entirely on whatever it is you're trying to cool off. And you can angle it. There aren't a lot of fans out there that do that. The last one that I saw was the Inwind Mars, and I can't find anywhere to get the Inwind Mars. So it must not have been very popular. But, you know, Inwind isn't exactly cheap either. Now, this is not the whole unit. Of course, naturally, it also comes with the power supply, and this plugs right on into here. So I'm going to do that right now. Right? But we're still not done. Yes, there's a little bit more. Don't get too excited now. You can use the device just with the power supply and the fan set. However, if you want it to be controlled by temperature, this is the other thing that you need to use. I do not know why it is so massive. You can wall mount it. You could get some adhesive tape and mount it that way as well. The power supply, and you can actually use this for anything that will take 2 or 3 that has a 2 or 3 prong plug. So you plug it into here, and this gets plugged into the wall, and then you put I assume it's a thermistor, some kind of a thermal sensor. You put that where you want the temperature to be measured. That's going to control when the fans go on and off. And when this is plugged in, you can set the temperature at which it will turn on and the temperature at which it will turn off. So it's useful. And it allows you to have special control over an independent fan, which could be helpful. But I'm not going to plug it in that way. You can take my word, I did test it. It does do that. I do want to demonstrate for a moment what it sounds like. Right, so I've got it set up over here on the clamp for the vise, and I'm going to put it on low. I can't control the speed of this like I can my regular fans. there's an odd kind of rhythmic noise. And now high. So as you can see, it's kind of noisy. However, it offers you a cooling option that you're going to have a hard time finding because it's got these things for mounting, and it's got the special control for when to turn on and off. So, what do you think about that? Well, I've got another one coming up for you too. A little bit different from this one. It doesn't have this. Of course, you could get one of these. Why? You know what? I'm really tempted to open this up and see why it has to be this gigantic. In fact, you know what? That's what I'm going to do. Shh, don't tell anybody. Are there any electrical engineers out there or people with a lot of knowledge about circuitry and stuff? I have very limited knowledge about that. Does it really need this big of a casing? I mean, yeah, I think that's a transformer, and then there's the plug. But they could have shifted those so that it took up less space, and that would have allowed them to shave off from both sides. It would have looked a little bit odd that the socket wasn't in the very middle like it is, but it would have been more effective in terms of reducing the amount of wasted space. Or they could have shifted the orientation of the circuit board so that it was going horizontally instead of vertically like I'm showing you right now, so that it was covering much the same amount of space as the transformer and the socket, or actually a little bit more, which would have allowed these two pieces to stay where they are. Or they could have, shaped it to the size of this. They could have, on the back side of this that you can't see right now, which is just this plain plate, they could have had the plug built in right there. So, but having it this way gives you more sockets because you're not covering up two sockets with this. You're just using one socket with this. So I don't know. If you are good at electronics, what do you think? Could they have done that better so they could have saved space? I mean, obviously we can't see the other side of the circuit board. Obviously it's got the readout and the buttons on that side, and probably a little bit more. This side has the processor and capacitors and resistors. Oh no, maybe not resistors. I can't tell. Things have gotten so small. And then that black box, I don't know what that black box is. Anyways, so now you know what it sounds like, and you know what the possibilities are. I did want to do one more thing. Let's check out how strong these are. Now, at this speed, there's very low airflow and very, very, very minimal pressure. I mean, the pressure might be 0.1 or less millimeters of water. On this speed, however, it's got pretty good static pressure. I mean, we're talking about a static pressure that's at least 1.25 millimeters. So that's pretty decent. Noisy, but decent. Now, I said I wasn't going to plug this in and show you, but I will. I feel guilty if I don't. All right, so just so you know, I'm not faking it here. I've got this control unit plugged into an extension to my outlet, and I've got the power supply for the fans plugged in to this. Now, this is the on, this is the off. So when I push up, it turns on. And if I push up on this side, it turns off because they're equal. If I turn it back down on this side, then the fans come back on. So very simple. And you can set whatever kind of difference you want. Now, it is registering the temperature of my hand, which I find amusing. So you can see that the thermistor or thermocouple, whatever that is in here, is actually registering my body heat. So there you go. I hope that was useful, and stay tuned for a different kind of option. Thanks for watching and have a great day.
So I dug up some information, and I also did some testing to find out as much as I could for you about this product. The Carefree Fish Aquarium Fish Tank Cooling Fan CF-7003 is $35. There's only compliance with Underwriter Laboratories certification or whatever, E336751 and FCC, and that's for the power supply only. Made in China. The dimensions, including the mounting clamps, are 30.5 by 13.1 up to 15.1 and 38 to 58 millimeters for the depth. And it has a 1-year warranty. 965 grams, 7 blades, and the RPMs are supposed to be up to 3,600. When I tested, I got 1838.6 up to 3432.4. And then the airflow is that I came up with through testing was 99.6 up to 187.2. That's pretty good. The decibels on low, it's pretty good, 20.2, but on high, it goes up to 43.1. Also, what decibels don't tell you is the sound from this device is unpleasant. It doesn't bother me, but I would imagine if you are going to put it on your fish tank, you would want to put some rubber between the fish tank and the clamp and the fan housing too, because this thing produces some annoying sounds, and it will bother you potentially as well as the fish. Or whatever's in your tank. When I did the testing, the background noise was 9.1. The cables are for this. There are two. One for the power supply is 151 centimeters, and the one for the thermal controller is 111 centimeters. There's no daisy chaining, but they are both sleeved. They use AC power, fluid dynamic bearings, 12 volts, 9 watts, and 2 amps. No indicators of direction of rotation and flow, but it does they turn in a clockwise direction. And there is a permanent part of the housing is the grills or screens, maybe would be better, over the fans, 2-speed switch control, and there is a thermal sensor. I think it might be a thermistor, although it's in a metal tube, so it's really hard to say for sure. It could be a thermocouple, it could be something else. The wire for that is 195 centimeters, and yes, it is sleeved as well.
Need to ask for your help. I'm sorry. On December 11th, 2024, Amazon terminated me and used false accusations against me. And on December 17th, I had my left shoulder operated on. I'm getting a lot better. I can do some things with my hand and my arm, but it's still pretty limited. If you could please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications for my channels, that would really help. If you want to help me financially and you can afford to, you can go to my Glenn's Fast Reviews and you can do a super thanks as a donation there. If you want to donate on a monthly basis, you can become a member there. Or you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII. So thank you for that. Also, I'd like to say thank you to bleepingcomputer.com for allowing me to post messages on their forum about my videos. Thank you so much. And don't forget to visit them. They offer a lot of wonderful resources for people who are using computers. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.